Team Secret.
Okay? There are 107 players that have played 100.
You probably saw the glasses.
Oh my goodness.
They aren't just cool, they're cooler than cool.
Just puppy things.
Right now, just hashtag just puppy things, yeah. The players will introduce themselves to each other. They do know each other, of course. And they'll head to...
Are just far and away better than anybody else's. He has the most wins on the hero, highest GPM on the hero. He's just an unbelievable farming SF.
I feel like Seb actually pointed out a very important point, because I think the main reason here is because they just wanted a control on the BKB Shadowfiend, and Wyvern actually does the same thing as Dazzle in a fight, but provides more in the regard that he will be able to control the Shadowfiend.
Still though, Winter Wyvern only 12-20 here so far at TI5, 37.5% win rate. And this, actually I like the point that Brian KappaPride Heron made to me backstage when we were talking about this, that it tends to be the case with Flavor of the Month supports, that the top teams will pick them up and use them really well, and sometimes teams that have played them a little bit less.
Good also. Like, Secret likes to do this as well, the safety in SF, because Kuroky gets a lot of space in XP, because SF is one of those heroes that's just going to go farm the jungle. It's not going to seem like a Secret draft, because even S4 in interviews, and he's the one drafting, has said how much they favor AoE heroes, because they want to be able to relieve the pressure, just outpush the lanes, controlling teams.
He's actually very, very strong in lane. Starts the game off with 927 effective HP against physical damage. That's almost 100 more than any other hero.
Got ROTK, I mean, after his story, his second place finish last year.
Everybody loves ROTK now.
Yeah, there's no one that really dislikes.
If you don't, I question whether or not you have a heart.
That we see too terribly much of.
I really like that Secret went for the same first pick. You know, I think it's not the funniest thing ever, because you get an anti-mage in every game, but I mean, it's very, very risky from them. Dual lane, safe lane, that's going to control whatever Zai plays. Brood was the only hero that could actually pressure, I think, Rubik, Gyro in a 1 versus 2 situation.
Yeah, definitely not even pressure. She can even win the lane by herself.
Undying is actually terrifying to me right now. By whom? Is Spirit Breaker still good here for Zai, as in the last game?
I don't think it is. I think they need area control. I think something like Shaker, Magnus. It's hard to say. They need something very special.
Zai doesn't usually play either of those. He's more like, you know, an Axe Bristle sort of a guy.
Bristle is like a space taker. I feel they need a space maker now, because having Anti-Mage and Shadowfiend, they can't afford to have a Bristle in their lineup.
Yeah,
I think it's
too slow.
It's too crowded. They need someone to make space.
I think it can be a pressure lane though, if you have like BB Dazzle.
Yeah, possible. That would be possible, but if you don't do very well in the laning phase, it'll be very hard to distribute farm among the calls.
That is very interesting. So Night Stalker is
by Blitz. A lot we want to talk about here is the draft.
What they want.
And I guess it brings to mind CDEC as well. Another team who really prioritizes Dire, and in some ways, it was something that was discussed yesterday, is it feels like maybe CDEC has influenced the way out of
Game 2, but E-Home, from start to finish, the laning victory. ROTK doesn't even look that hype. He's like, I'm here to do business. This one best of 3 doesn't matter, because he's got his eyes set on the bigger prize.
Yeah, meanwhile, Arteezy busting out the gold shades. He's also staying cool here, but...
As they come into their first and second pick, the Shadowfiend and Winter Wyvern came instantly after a jab.
SF counter by eHome, which was the Winter Wyvern, and this time around, it's not. First of all, it's not going to happen, and you know the Winter Wyvern was a good counter to SF.
As a player, I mean, Luo has been actually not right now, I believe. No, now Faith is drafting. He drafted a few games during the group stages. They switched it out a bit.
They did, yeah.
But he's normally a fairly greedy offlane player, which for Darkseid.
I feel like Secret has more options, whereas IG have the better team fight, has the better team fights. But I think both drafts are very solid. Yesterday it was very obvious that there was...
Okay, signature heroes abound. This one could be fireworks. Hold on.
Banning the burning anti-mage. Definitely not. And well, with that said, we're going to head back to the analyst. That's enough for us. All right.
Thank you very much. What a breathless end to that game. Are also former champions on this team, Team Secret. I didn't expect...
Gonna let it through all the way. Secret definitely thinking about their last ban here.
Do you feel like Secret maybe should try...
Interest working. They could destroy the lanes with it, but yet again, what happens next?
We're just going to end this game on our terms.
They just got so much momentum in the laning stage. We never really saw the Spirit Breaker come online. Kuroky finds Just didn't give IG space, and well, with that, to find out how IG could maybe get a little more space in game number 3, we hand it back to Paul and the analysts.
Thank you, Aldi. Yeah, a sigh of relief from the Secret fans and a huge roar to cheer them on at the end of game 1. Business is done, panel. And that was the end of that game in the arena. Getting ready for game 3.
Poppy plays and Ags in a very, very fast.
Having Ferrari as well in the team, it's sometimes you want to see him play the Brewmaster as well, but both of them are really proficient with it. And of course, having the Shadow Fiend already, Ferrari in love.
And IG is not banning anti-mage this time around. For some reason, they
Do you
probably
think
have.
Secret should ban it or otherwise pick it?
I think they should ban.
Unless you do that, you're gonna get deleted by ulti.
Well, they're taking their time.
I mean, Secret.
Yeah, it's a combo hero. And Kuroky, deep in thought.
I should.
Storm was a great pickup. And Anti-Mage also being banned out. There's not an easy way to counter him.
Ahead of them. They showed that they can do it in the clutch. They get.
Congratulations to them.
Oh, you can see he's all business. He's not ready to celebrate just yet. He knows they have trials ahead of them.
That's all it takes. Secret walk away with the win, 2-1 over IG.
What an amazing match. I can't wait to see what lies ahead for Secret, and now the die is cast. We know the last few teams coming down the stretch here. The players will exit.
We'll get ready on the
But
That's something stable.
when we saw the silencer yesterday, I think it was the game where Complexity picked Chen. Chen could be a hero that actually gives silencer problems in the early laning phase. Like, you can't really escape from a Chen gang if you're a silencer.
But the Brood Zaya has played it so well in the group stage. It's just terrifying. And especially when you run the silence.
Darkseid, I feel your job has to be somewhat teamfight focused. Darkseid and Brood, it's like they're opposite of each other. They don't do this. I think
depending how they
carry
wanna
is
use
much
silencer.
more possible for melee hero to come out right now.
Maneuvers, but it didn't pay off. The G silencer, that lane had to go well. Like the laning phase.
Continue to pick up win after win, so it's going to be a tough job for our analysts to decide what VP need to do in game number 2 to make a comeback.
Thank you very much. There we go then. Game 1 in the history books. Team Secret notching up game 1.
Gives the possibility for a very strong Trilon if you want to do that. And CK fits the bill there because you have a slow, you have the nuke from Visage after the initiation of CK. You could definitely bring down a Dark.
At TI5, so he popularised it. Hal was just picking up on it afterwards in RTZ after that. So I guess we got that one slightly wrong because we were crediting Hal with that breakthrough. But
we pass it off now to our analysts to talk about that epic game 2.
Very good. Yes, absolutely epic game in game 2. And
Against this hero.
I think it's more the latter.
Yeah, I could agree. And they already have like Earthshaker and Lina. Pretty wombo combo either. With Silencer, you can just initiate the fight and be pretty pain ultis on top of the vacuum. So I don't see why not. And of course, it's not the best versus Lina in the mid, but you can actually.
She was banned in the last game, so it's potent
fight. Great calls by F&G, their captain. Virtus
Lot to talk about for this series.
finished 7th, 8th. We absolutely do. Thank you very much. The light will go out on Team Secret. They have been eliminated.